Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in the midst of working on Gage's truck here, we figured out, and it wasn't by we, Ford stopped making their gaskets. So these gaskets go between the Banjo bolt and your Banjo fitting, and then whatever you choose to use out here, be it Marty's block or a fuel pump, okay? So Marty has a video on this and why he doesn't like the new seals. However, I'm going to go over this a little bit with you and try to maybe explain Ford's reasoning for doing something like this. Now, this is speculation, but we have an original gasket here. Now, this is used. I don't have any new original style gaskets. So we're going to measure the thickness of this gasket here. So this one here is 0.028. Now we're talking inches here. 0.028, okay? So that's the original gasket. The new Ford gaskets, you can see are already much thicker, are 0.077. So we are almost 3 times the thickness. Now, whenever you get a Marty's fuel delete kit, which comes with the aluminum Banjo block, which is around here somewhere, he sends you copper washers. He's been having luck with these, and they are 0.037. So his displeasure on the new gaskets, which I can completely agree with, is that they are so much thicker than the original ones. So you can see how much thicker these new ones are. And these new ones have an internal seal. Now this seal sticks out further. Now this seal sticks out. I'm going to try and measure this. .1 Yeah, 0.11. So trying not to compress that seal. So this seal has a lot of compression. Now, when you're taking your Banjo bolt and you're installing these new seals, so the old one goes on very nicely. Actually, I'm just going to bring these all over to the camera. So these go on real nice, smooth, fit around real easily. Same with Marty's copper gasket. It goes around, seals very easily, very nicely here. Now the Ford one, it's a little bit harder to get on. It's not terrible. Now Marty made a video about this and he had different gaskets from Ford, and they were a different color than what I have here. But he had a heck of a time getting those gaskets on this bolt. Now the problem here is when you get down here, you can see it doesn't just kind of like slide on. You got to like work it onto this bolt shoulder. Okay. Now you can see that that doesn't sit right up against the bolt here. You can see there's a little bit of space. So that's for this to compress down. And the way that this seals, this rubber should be doing all of your sealing, and the metal is just a backup washer to keep this from pushing this O-ring out of place. Now he did make a video about this, and it was good. I liked it. So he mentioned that the new Banjo bolts that you get have taller threads, so you have to keep on the lookout for that. But when you put this larger washer on, it moves the center of this hole out of the center of the Banjo fitting. So you can see how those two things are centered up. Well, when you add that thickness, it moves it a little bit back. Now, we're not talking about a whole lot here. I know we're talking thousandths is what we're dealing with here. But you have a very large amount of space in here still, and it's just going to encompass less of the back of the bolt and more of the front of the bolt. So you might have, instead of that banjo fitting stopping right here, it might stop right here. Now, if you're talking about a length issue, so we have a fuel pump. Usually you have your fuel pump here, and these lines are their Vibra-Lock lines. So, you know, they can wiggle, and these lines bend very easily. So Ford's thought process, I can imagine, is that these lines will bend out of the way. So that's the whole idea, I think, that they have going on there, is either their original supplier quit making them, or Ford decided to get cheap on us and get a different product. So that's been notoriously the problem lately, is trying to get cheaper products. Now, this was a fitting I had laying around, and that's why it's out here. I wasn't about to try to take this out of the truck if I didn't need to. But I have heard of guys reusing their old steel gaskets or aluminum gaskets. I'm pretty sure they're aluminum. So if you get into a bind like this and you have to reuse your old gaskets for some reason, make sure you put your one that goes on the pump side back on the pump side, and the one that was on the bolt side, flip it over and then put it back in. So that will give you the best chance of it sealing. A lot of guys for a long time never changed these gaskets. They would change the pump and just put it right back in. Back when I didn't know any better, I had done that and didn't have any issues. So it is an option. It's not an advisable option, but it's an option. So I was having issues with the copper gaskets that Marty gave me. I'm not sure if it's related to this fitting in the truck, or if it was related to the copper washers, that maybe they were dysfunctional somehow, you know, defective, whatever. Marty was super nice and very, very reasonable, as always, with the whole issue. I have nothing bad to say about his customer service, not one thing. So I told him, I said, hey, I'll poke around and see what I can figure out, because, you know, we might have to come up with something better than the copper washers. So I did find a seal that fits on here. So I'm going to grab the seal and kind of show you another option that we would have, but it requires some extra work. So we have Marty's fuel block here, okay? This thing's wonderful. It's a great product that he makes. So, you know, the bolt screws in here, no big problem, works great. So this is the easiest way for me to show you this washer here. So we have a Buna washer here. Now it seats very nicely around this block. It works very well around this block because it's basically just a compression. So the other problem here is when you put the washer on the bolt, you can see it fits wonderfully, but when you tighten this bolt up, because there's zero shoulder around this bolt, it won't hold the O-ring out, and it pushes it out the corner like this. So the thought process here is we take an original Banjo bolt and we put it in a mill or a lathe, and we chuck down the shoulder a little bit and get some more distance on here and put a backup washer on it. That's something I'm probably going to try one day. Not technically wanting to try it on not my truck. So I'm going to rig up something that I can put pressure to and try to figure out if we can take one of these bolts and machine it down, and then add a backup washer to this seal if the OEM Ford seals are going to become a problem. So that would allow you to keep the same centering for your Banjo fitting. So we have our seal on here, and then the Banjo fitting goes on like this. And you can see that the washer has lots of play to go with on the actual fitting. Now, this Buna washer is also a little bit thinner than the OEM Ford one, but there's nothing to hold the washer spacer seal in here. So you need to have something that is about the size of this Banjo fitting to help keep the seal inside and also compressed and sealed. The only problem with that is you may get leakage behind the washer. So that's something that may work, may not work. It's really hard to tell or say. So we're kind of stuck here inside Ford's little world of discontinuing and changing OEM parts. The 6-liter guys have gotten it really bad because, you know, 6-liters love OEM parts, and Ford is saying, hey, we're using junk OEM parts now. So a lot of the OEM parts don't even work for 6-liters anymore. So now us 7.3 guys have to deal with 6-liter problems, so to speak, with Ford changing stuff, which is wonderful. So we're going to give these little washers a try here and see if they work. I don't like the fact that it pushes everything out of where it's supposed to be, but there's not a whole lot we can do right now because there's nothing out there that we can really use that's going to be a guarantee other than hopefully these Ford bushings or what Marty puts out with the copper washers. But like I said, I ran into problems with the copper washers. I could not get them to seal perfectly. They would still just weep a little bit, and I wasn't crazy about that. So I got the bright idea that I would take this block, put it all together in the truck there, and I would take my 1¼ wrench and get this in here and put a holding device on this so you don't break the ear off. And I've already slightly bent this ear, and then I cranked on it with an 1¼ wrench and it still weeped. So at that point, the copper washers were not working for me. They may work for you, but they didn't work for me in this scenario. Now, the real question is why? Well, nobody knows. So we're going to try the Ford seals and see if that fixes my problem. And I'm not saying that you're going to have a problem with the copper washers because he's been having lots of luck with it. But if you run into the problem where you have still a leak with a copper washer, we're going to see if these new Ford seals are actually the solution. While it's a kind of a crappy solution, if it doesn't leak, then that's obviously a plus. So I'm going to get this thing put in here and see if we have any problems. So we ran the system up to 65 pounds. You can see we're down near 50. We have the system shut off here. And we are not leaking anymore down there. So I know that the thickness of these new Ford washers is not the most ideal thing. It kind of sucks, but if they work, then, well, they work. So if I had the choice again, I would reuse them again. I'll never use another factory fuel pump. So if you're using the block from Marty's here, then you're not going to have any issues with those little Ford washers, those new ones. So hopefully this will help you guys out in choosing what washers to use whenever you're doing an e-fuel system on your truck, if it's Marty's or if it's your custom setup. But yeah, they don't make the tin washers anymore, so you're kind of stuck with those new aluminum ones or Marty supplies copper ones. You can use either or. The copper ones didn't work for me, but these ones did work for me. So it's up to you, personal preference. He hasn't had any issues with the copper ones, so it's basically up to your end user there. So hopefully this will help you guys in making a decision on what you choose for sealing and why you might not get the product you expected when you buy something. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you out, and we'll catch you on the next one.